All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're breaking down Stephen Wood's incredible guide, Practical Tools to Grow Your Business. It is jam-packed with models and frameworks designed to do one crucial thing: get you, the business owner, out of the day-to-day weeds so you can finally focus on actual growth. Let's get to it.
This quote just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? It perfectly captures a feeling almost every single business leader knows all too well. You're constantly putting out fires, you're buried in emails, you're managing staff. You are definitely busy, but are you actually moving forward? It is so easy to get trapped in the rat race of your own business, completely losing sight of that big, exciting vision you had when you first started.
So here's our game plan for today. First, we're going to really define that rat race and explore the huge mindset shift you need to make to escape it. Then we'll lay out a super simple framework for growth. And after that, we're diving into 3 incredibly powerful practical tools you can start using right away: the rocket model, the ABC drop matrix, and the delegation filter.
Okay, first up, let's talk about escaping that business rat race. It's that feeling, that universal challenge of constantly spinning plates. You spend your entire day just reacting to things. And by the time you look up, there's zero time or energy left for the strategic work that's supposed to drive the business forward. Really, it all boils down to what might be the single most critical question a leader can ever ask themselves. Are you working in your business, doing the daily tasks, shipping the orders, serving the clients? Or are you working on your business, planning for the future, building better systems, thinking about the big picture? That one little distinction, it makes all the difference in the world.
So, to make that jump from working in to on your business, you've got to make a fundamental shift in how you think. Let's break down the 2 different perspectives you absolutely have to learn how to balance.
Look, we all have to live in 2 worlds at the same time. The first is the operational perspective. This is the nitty-gritty, winning new business, delivering on your promises, and tracking all the metrics. It's essential for sure, but it's also the rat race. The second world is the leadership perspective. This is about vision, strategy, and organization. This is where real growth happens. The goal isn't to just ditch the operations, of course, but to build systems that are so good they free you up to actually lead.
Okay, so you've managed to carve out that precious leadership time. Now what? Where do you even begin to focus? Well, Stephen Wood gives us a simple, yet really powerful framework that's built on 3 essential pillars. These 3 pillars give you a complete system for working on your business. First up, strategy. What's the actual game plan here? Are you crystal clear on what you're trying to do? Second, marketing. How do you find, attract, win, and just as importantly, keep the right customers? And third, performance. How do you deliver excellence so consistently that it becomes your reputation? You get these 3 things right, and you've built a rock-solid foundation for serious growth.
Now let's get to our first practical tool. This one is designed to bring all this thinking together. It's called the rocket model. And honestly, it's just a brilliant way to separate the absolute chaos of the day-to-day from the calm clarity you need for long-term planning.
I want you to think of the rocket model like a dashboard in your mind that has 2 different modes. When you're dealing with today's clients, today's deadlines, today's problems, you're in operations mode. But then, when you block out time to plan next year's launch or redesign your team's structure, you consciously flip the switch to leadership mode. See, the model isn't just some diagram on a page, it's a mental trigger that gives you permission to stop firefighting and start building.
Our second tool is all about marketing, and it takes on one of the biggest myths in business, this idea that all customers are created equal. They're not. And the ABC drop matrix helps you focus your very limited time and resources on the customers who truly matter most.
I mean, let's just be real for a second. Are they? Come on. You know you have some customers who take up 80% of your time but only bring in 20% of your revenue, right? You've got some who pay on time, they're a joy to work with, they even refer new business. And then you have others who are constantly complaining, haggling over every penny. Of course they're not equal. So why do we so often treat them like they are?
Well, the solution is this: the ABC drop matrix. It's simple. It forces you to plot every customer based on 2 things: how much they're worth to you financially and how easy they are to work with. Your A-class customers, they are pure gold. Nurture them, love them. Your B-class are high value, but maybe they're a bit high maintenance. You find a way to make it work. But that drop category, the ones who are low value and difficult, the advice here is simple, and honestly, it's pretty radical. You politely fire them. It sounds crazy, but doing this frees up an unbelievable amount of energy and time to focus on your best customers.
And that brings us to our final tool, which is all about helping you reclaim your most precious, non-renewable resource, your time. The delegation filter is a dead simple, 4-step process for deciding what tasks actually, truly deserve your personal attention.
From now on, for every single task that lands on your plate, you're going to run it through this 4-part filter. First, you ask, does this really need to be done at all? If the answer is no, you dump it. Get it out of here. Second, can someone else on my team do it? If yes, you delegate it. This is how you empower your people. Third, do I have to do it, but maybe not right this second? Then you diarize it. Put it on the calendar for later. And only if a task passes all 3 of those checks, do you actually do it yourself right now.
As we've seen, every single one of these tools points to one big core idea. Simply working harder and putting in more hours is not the answer. True sustainable business growth is the result of stepping back, thinking strategically, and taking deliberate, focused action on the very few things that will actually move the needle for your business.
So I'm going to leave you with this final thought. We all get the same 24 hours in a day. The only question is, what are you going to do with yours? Are you going to spend them reacting, firefighting, working in the business you have right now? Or are you going to spend them building the business you actually want? The choice and the outcome is entirely up to you.